We're live. Could probably take these off. How is everyone's day going? Just getting everything all set up. And yeah. Today we're starting a bit early. We're actually starting about an hour and a half early. Because Cyber Kaiju Event, or the terror of Cyber Kaiju Event, I actually should add here. I'll add an image. Let's see. We'll do that one. Okay. And then we'll make him small like that. And then I'll add another image. You'll see this in a second. The director, Luminous. Wow. How's it going? I'm just adding... Oops, wrong one. Just adding some garnish to the set. There we go. There we go. I got the little dinosaur guys right here. It should be popping up in a little bit. There's a 25-second delay between what I say and what when you guys see it. There we go. It's just popped up. Anyway, I'm doing pretty good. And that's good. You're doing pretty good. Like I said before, I'm actually starting about an hour and a half before I normally would. But that's just the time slot that was available that people had already requested. Normally I start at 7 Central. Yeah. Starting a bit early doesn't hurt. I actually don't have a Godzilla shirt on. I'll fix that. Here. I'll give you a chance to look at this. There we are. Have my G-Fest, what is this, 22 shirt from 5 years ago. I'm surprised this still honestly fits me. It's been a long while since I've been to G-Fest. It's been 2 years. Obviously, this year was canceled, so yeah. Not gonna lie, it's been kind of sad that G-Fest was canceled, but that's why the Cyber Kaiju event even happened in the first place. So I guess there's a silver lining to every mushroom cloud. And then boom. Had to reset the hair because putting on the shirt disrupted the ruffles of my of my hair. Sitting next to my large-scale GMK Goji while it prints. Is that an X Plus? Is that an X Plus you're talking about? Because wait, no, I only have 2. Would like to get more. It's just that they're expensive. I actually was going to be getting the what's it called? The 25 centimeter 2019, but shipping was more than the figure with DHL. They charge by volume and not size. So if you have a big box but not a light figure, like, I mean, I mean, this is not a light figure. Obviously, it's hollow. So, but now you can't see him when he's right there. Oh well. Um, an X Plus figure is light, but the boxes are huge. So printing with DHL was expensive. So I just had to let that go. Omar Fallen, what's up? It's one of the figures I sculpted. It's 3D printing. That's right. That's right. I've been checking your stuff out on Instagram. It's been really awesome, man. Like 3D printing your own figures. Like I the most advanced thing I 3D printed was a like 2-inch lightsaber. So, and that was in like 8th grade. That was like what was that? 5, 6 years ago? My God. Happy Halloween. Yes, happy spooky day. Happy spooky day. I don't have any. Do I? No, I don't have any like Halloween sound bites. But man, let me tell you, it's actually really weird streaming this early. Like the light, it's getting dark real quick because it's winter now. So the dark is arriving sooner, but it feels later than it is, but I know it's not. And also, daylight savings is tomorrow, so we'll fall back an hour. It's just gonna be a whole mess. Daylight savings is just a mess. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, I have kind of like one major thing on the docket to talk about, and that is the Godzilla Singular Point trailer that came out. What was it? 3 or 4 days ago, I want to say, the 26th, 5 days ago. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on once more people get into the stream. I might want to. There we go. Fill the screen, I guess. I haven't really. Okay, that's not true. I was gonna say I haven't bought any figures in a while, but I got a big box from Bluefin 2 weeks ago. I want to say, or 2 weeks this Tuesday. So talk about some of those figures. I'll have to get them off the shelf, but that won't be that big a deal. And yeah, that's I guess that's gonna be what's on the docket. So, obviously you can chat away in the chat. It's already dark where you are. Yeah, it's like I said, it's getting pretty dark here pretty quickly. So it's pretty interesting. Let's see. And okay, I just got a little thingy saying stream is going crazy, which that's gonna happen. Anyway. Oh, speaking of X Plus, and the 25 centimeter figure, there was that Burning Godzilla. They announced that it was gonna be repainted in the Burning Godzilla deco, which doesn't look half bad, but it's the same pretty much everywhere I went to look at it. At least I'm not gonna order it, but anywhere I looked that had it was selling it for what I would have to buy the standard for with DHL, which was a little under $300, which is crazy. Like I tap out at 200, 250 box or a figure. The most expensive figure I bought is Ghidorah with shipping, and that was $200. Godzilla in a Scarf production. How's it going? Oh, that dropped. So, I know there's going to be other X Plus figures that I can buy later on. UG Sakai Final Wars. Minute that's announced, pre-ordering it, and then might have to sell my 84 30 centimeter because those guys are expensive. The UG Sakais are expensive, but Final Wars is my favorite suit, favorite movie, favorite everything. So I might have to make an exception on my 250 per figure. But I know there was a what was it? what do they call it? It was like the Goodbye series, Yuji Sakai, where Final Wars figure where it was sculpted. Um, it was like sculpted to be the Final Wars poster with the Yuji Sakai 2000 design and like the little city. I would love to get it. It's just that everywhere that's got it, Hobby Link Japan, Hobby Search, I mean, they're either sold out or they're selling it for like 350, and I ain't doing that. Never had a Monster Arts figure. At least get one, I'd say. Maybe if they've made your favorite suit, um, pounce on that. But I don't know, if you're sticking with NECA, rest in peace. Um, I'd say just stick with NECA. Grab my dinner. Shipping has been extremely rough this year. Yeah, I know. The only thing I've imported this year was this guy, which was $25, which it took 5 days and it was FedEx. Normally this would take, I don't know. I think I imported the Monster Arts 2019 Godzilla and Ghidorah. Ghidorah was like $50 or $50 for shipping. Godzilla I think was actually 25. So yeah, shipping has been really rough this year. At least imports have. So I only had the NECA figures, which was the standard 2019 anatomic breath style one. I have actually just left to the camera. I have the Burning Godzilla and the Atomic Breath versions. I don't think I'll get the standard 2019. I do, however, want to get the reissue non-glossy version of this guy because this is still my favorite NECA figure that they've made. Something about it is just like a bit dusty. This is like the one figure that everyone at some point in time has or had in their collection. Like, know what I mean? Like, this is the figure everyone had. Because it was the first, like, widely available, at least in the US, like, highly articulated figure. And I think it hasn't aged the greatest in terms of articulation, but I still think it's my favorite. Made a sculpture of my head, and I'm so tempted to put spider legs on it. Hey man, whatever floats your boat. The only Monster Arts figure I can probably afford is a 2014 figure, and maybe the Mothra Rodan 2019 set. Yeah, that set is actually gone on sale on Amazon. It's only like $85 now. So if you want to get it, get it. And I actually got a pretty sweet deal on the 2014. I actually got that figure late. I got that at like the 2015, I think. Maybe 2016, because I remember like I had to do a fundraiser for school, and on the track there was a 25 or a $20 bill. Picked it up, and I had gotten a $25 gift card for Amazon because it was my birthday the week before, and got the figure, got the 2014 Monster Arts, and it was only $40 on Amazon. So for the price, that's one of my favorites. I'm really sad I missed out on the SH Monster Arts 62 and 02 Goji. They're my favorite suits. The 62 is difficult to find now. And the 02 has a reissue, but I've heard some pretty sketchy things on that reissue, at least when it comes to the eyes. I got mine either the like summer after or like right when it came out. And the only thing that's really wonky is like just the alignment of the eyes. They're a bit like this. They're not like completely all over the place. They're just like a little bit out of line. C'est la vie, I guess. I don't know. I don't know any French. So anyway, I think might as well. I'll talk about the figures I got. I'll grab two of them. Yeah. Because they're pretty much the same figure when you think about it. The first one I got was this one, which was the Burning Godzilla. I got this straight from Bluefin, and about 2 weeks ago they had this on sale for $54. Because of New York Comic Con, they always put things on sale during like big events. So I got this guy. I wasn't originally going to get him earlier in the year, but I didn't want to pay $90 for a form of Godzilla that only lasts a minute and a half in the actual movie. As cool as this figure is, I don't think it's really worth $90. Um, I do like it. It does have a bit of trouble closing its mouth, but one other person I talked to said that that's just a sculpting defect. But I really like this figure. It looks better in person than it does. Uh, what am I gonna say? It looks better in person than it does in the promo pics. Then I got this guy. I'll catch up on the chat. Not really doing that well right now, if I'm being honest. Sean Connery, one of my biggest influences next to Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Roger Moore just died. Yeah, man, I woke up to that news and I was like, damn it, I mean, he was 90 years old. I mentioned this on one of my last streams. Celebrity deaths don't normally get to me, especially if they're older. So in Sean Connery's case, he was 90, I'm not going to say it was his time to go, but he was getting to that point, if you will. But people like Carrie Fisher, Chadwick Boseman, Grant Imahara, Anton Yelchin, like all these young people that were dying, like those are the ones that get me more. Kobe Bryant, those are the people that when they die get me more, because like they're that's not their time. They haven't done what they needed to get done. So, but yeah, Sean Connery, like him, Stan Lee, Adam West, and Nakajima, they got to me. Those are the ones that have gotten to me the most. If Morgan Freeman or Maggie Smith were to die tomorrow, I'd be like, I wouldn't be like this. I wouldn't be this careless. But I'd be more understanding because they're older. Yeah, that's my take on celebrity deaths. But feels kind of weird to be talking about a toy again. I got this one too. The event exclusive 2019. Yeah. That's a bad segue. That's a really bad segue. I don't know. I'm not big on these event exclusives, just because they're pretty gimmicky. I mean, the Comic-Con like explosion version from like 2012, 2014, 2013, like back at the beginning of the line. I don't know. I didn't really feel it. For one, I wasn't collecting these figures back then, but that one is not one I would get. But this one I really like. I really like the translucence bits in color. It looks super cool. What does this look like on camera? In colored lighting, this looks cool. Spin this around. Oh, you can't see it. It's not in frame. This is a teal look. I'm putting it up to the light, and the blue light looks best. At least I think. So, yeah, this one is probably my favorite I got out of that pile of loot. I also got the anime Netflix Ultraman figures, and I really like those, but the sword for Ultra 7 was bent out of package, and I tried to fix it, but I screwed it up even more. Sadly, there is no G-Fest where I live. Man, that really sucks. I know there are a lot of people who want to go to G-Fest, but like there's someone I saw in Australia who wants to go, but that's a lot of money. I dream to go to G-Fest one day in the future if it's still around. Yeah, man, go. It's really awesome. I've been able to go. I've been lucky enough to go a couple times, and each time is better than the last. Although last time the AC was broken, which was murder on me because I hate the heat. When John Williams' times come, yeah, when John Williams' time comes, I'm still gonna be devastated. He's been my favorite composer ever since I was like 5. Yeah, he's another example of one that when he kicks the bucket, I'll feel it. If that makes sense. But man, this is a bit of a downer. How is everyone else's terror of Cyber Kaiju? I haven't been able to watch everyone's videos just because um, I've had calculus homework to do. So which isn't too bad. That's one of the subjects I'm halfway decent at. I just realized the camera is a bit fuzzy. Is that gonna do it? Is that gonna do it? Oh, no. Is the lens a bit dirty? Probably should have figured this out before I even started the podcast. Is that better? I don't know. Is that better? Maybe I'll have to screw around with the settings. Dang. Ah, well. That's how the cookie crumbles. Let's lighten the mood. Absolute favorite figure, go. Damn you. Favorite to animate with is the Monster Arch GMK. That's a great figure. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Favorite presence of a figure is the Monster Arts 2019 Ghidorah. That's got a great presence. I don't know. Those two are pretty dope. This one's a bit minor. But the Bandai Gotengo, really like this. This is probably one of my favorite things ever. And then X Plus has got to be my Final Wars X Plus, because like I mentioned earlier, and I've been saying for a long time, Final Wars, favorite movie, favorite suit, favorite everything for Godzilla. I would say it's my favorite piece of media of all time, but I'd be lying. Avatar: The Last Airbender took that spot back in August. So I don't like the SH Monster Arts Ghidorah 2019, mainly because mainly because they made the wings solid. If only they had made them foldable. Yeah, that is one. Wow. If you can hear the wind, it's like crazy. Anyway, yeah, the wings are kind of sucky. I know the Rathalos that's coming out in the next few weeks. But yeah, man, if they had, I've seen a bunch of people make like membranes. They take like fabric or whatever to make the wings fold instead of like slide over each other, like the Rathalos looks like it has, and the Nargacuga, the Monster Arch Nargacuga. So if they could somehow pull some black magic and do that, I'd like that. But I can see why why they would do that. I mean, I keep playing with this webcam. It's not completely centered, but this'll do. I know they've been playing around with their wings because Ghidorah's wings were just one solid piece, but that makes more sense because that's a suit. That's one thing a lot of people actually complained with the 2019 Ghidorah and Mothra. It's like, oh, well, they're not as big or they can't balance without the stands. Well, yeah, that's because the other figures were based on props and suits that had to be correctly balanced for a suit actor or puppeteers to manage. So, it makes sense as to why those figures are going to be more balanced when they're translated from suit to figure. But with the 2019 designs, they're CGI models. They can be more animalistic, more anatomically correct. But you know, it's just interesting, looking at the evolution of designs, I guess, through figures. Finally, someone else who genuinely likes Final Wars. Yeah, man. Favorite, like I said, favorite Godzilla movie, favorite suit, favorite movie of all time. Although I might have to say it's tied with The Great Escape with Steve McQueen. That's a great movie. We need a Monster Arts Final Wars figure and Zilla Jr. Man, I will take a Monster Arts Final Wars. I need that Gigan though, or maybe they should redo that Gigan with a better head, and then I'll get it. Not big on the Final Wars Goji design, but the movie rocks and the soundtrack slaps. You are right about the soundtrack. It does slap. It's a really good soundtrack. My God. Man, let me tell you, that is facts right there. That is absolute facts. But yeah, I love the design of Final Wars. Like, I know it kind of reminds people of the because it's a slimmer Godzilla design, kind of reminds them of 98, which I understand, but I don't know. It's just, it doesn't hit me. It doesn't strike me. I find it a good balance because I like Godzilla chunky, like in the Heisei series. I love that design, but I also like Godzilla, at least that Godzilla when he's slim. So, but yeah, I definitely love the design, love the soundtrack. The movie is nonstop action, which I do not mind. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's too focused on the monster action. Like, yeah, celebrating Godzilla's 50th. No shit. I also know Toho was planning on doing, I know Toho was planning on bringing back Godzilla on or in 2004, but they were planning on TriStar movie being a success, or at least hoping. But that didn't happen. They had to correct the image very quickly. I like the athletic body, but the face looks meh. I'm more of a fan of a massive, slow-moving, tanky Godzillas. I understand that, yeah. I know a bunch of people have been comparing the Final Wars design or face to a rat's face, which I definitely see. Some people have also said he looks like a cat. I don't see the cat as much as the rat. Personally, I think 89 is the most cat looking. But yeah, it's definitely not a design for everyone. That's why we G fans called Godzilla Chunky Boy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man. Honestly, I can understand why someone might not like Final Wars. Like, I honestly can. I keep looking up there because I have a shelf dedicated to Final Wars because I'm that kind of person. But I really understand why someone might not like Final Wars, either because of the design, what they did with a lot of the characters, the direction. I know Ryuhei Kitamura was kind of a edgy director back then, unconventional, we'll say. That really wasn't seen in a Godzilla movie, so I can understand why someone might not like Final Wars. I just love it. It's I've talked about it before. I'm a person of nostalgia. If I have nostalgia for a movie or a show, then chances are that is going to be my favorite thing ever. The only thing that's beaten that and crushed it has been Avatar: The Last Airbender. That show is legitimately amazing. I'm going to say best animated show of all time and best show of all time, at least for me. So Game of Thrones last season trash. So automatically that show goes down. Now a lot of people are going to say Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, get out of here. I don't care about those. So that's my Avatar: Last Airbender, best show of all time, favorite show of all time, favorite piece of media of all time. So I love the Exilian. Yeah, the actor had so much fun with his role. Yeah, he did. I know you can definitely tell he's hamming it up, but he knows what kind of a movie it is. Um, he when there's a movie called Godzilla Final War celebrating 50 years of Godzilla, and you have the 60s and 70s in your resume, go crazy. Also, Final War's Gigan is genuinely cool looking. He's ridiculously edgy looking, but it fits. It does fit. That's honestly one of the best redesigns of a character of a kaiju I've seen ever. Just because it's such a 180, but it's so good. You know. Well, it looks like we're at the halfway point. Might as well take a look at Godzilla's singular point. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of transitioning in a second. Boom. I'm not going to go through every single little detail. I'm only going to be looking at the monsters. I'm also not going to be watching thing because that is not going to be good. I actually have to I'm going to bring my camera up, but I have to deactivate the other camera and then load in this camera. There we go, and then I'll bring it down there. There we go. That should be good. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole trailer because that's going to be stupid. I'm just going to be looking at some of the character designs. I got to get that 8-inch chainsaw Gigan vinyl. Yeah, I want to get that too. I actually just want to get every Final Wars thing. Okay, so first thing we see, this mouth, dope looking. Looks like a mouth. You can see the big teeth right here. Actually, is my... No, you can't see the cursor. I'll turn that on. Oops. Okay, you can't see the cursor. There we go. Okay, big mouth, pretty awesome. You can see the teeth right here. Pretty dope looking. Rodan. Most likely Rodan. If it isn't, what are they doing? It's Rodan. Pretty cool. It looks kind of shinny. Probably just because of this, like, membrane here. I don't know. Don't really care. Just looks like a pterodactyl. Person running. Person. Jet Jaguar. This one is definitely the most interesting one. At least one of the most interesting ones. People have been saying that this looks like Tetsujin. No, I don't think it looks like Tetsujin at all. It doesn't look like Gigantor at all. This is Mazinger Z. I haven't seen any of Mazinger Z. I don't really care about Mazinger Z, but it's definitely Mazinger Z. The body looks like normal. Rodham looks a bit skinny too. Yeah, he does. It's a bit skinny. This chest kind of looks a bit like a Gundam. At least that's my first. Yeah, that's my first thoughts when I look at that chest. I think of a Gundam. It's kind of weird how they make the robot or the chest like the grill of a car. It's pretty interesting. But Jet Jaguar looks like the Iron Giant. He does look like the Iron Giant a little bit. Jet's arms look like twigs if you fought Godzilla. I actually think the arms look like IG-88 or IG-11, depending on which version, which Star Wars thing you watch. But it looks like the IG unit from Mandalorian. I think it's IG-11. Yeah, it's IG-11. But this is definitely, at least to me, pretty Star Warsy looking. A lot of people say he's unfinished, but even if he isn't, I really like this redesign. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I don't really, not too big on it. This tail right here, I'll come back to it later. Oops, don't want to do that. Don't want to. Okay, this one is probably one of the most interesting ones. Gabara. Damn it. That was like one frame. Nope. Gabara. Do you guys agree? I wouldn't mind if that was the final design. Agree he's unfinished. He probably is unfinished. Okay, but Gabara. Do you guys hear me on this one? It's Gabara. It's got the like toad stuff. He's got the big horn on the top. He's got the row of spikes here. This is actually very Rancor-esque from Return of the Jedi. You know, you got that weird face, you got the bad posture, and you got the arms. Definitely Rancor vibes, if you ask me. Y'all remember Gabra from that one movie no one wants to talk about? Gabra looks cool, Gabra. Yep. So if this is Gabra, great redesign. If it's a new kaiju, that's awesome too. Anguirus. If it is an Anguirus, I don't know. Great redesign. It kind of looks like that fan design that was teased, or not teased, but that was floating around before King of the Monsters came out. Kind of reminds me of that. Now this one, I've heard some people say it's what's it called? Ebera. I think it's Manda just because of the length of the body. I can see the Ebera because of the crustacean-like legs, but these whiskers from the face are so like Eastern Dragon, like to me that I don't. Yeah, it would make sense for it to be Gabber or what's it called? Manda. One spiky boy. Angus looks like a Monster Hunter character. He does a bit, yeah. I think it's Manda. Yeah, I'm sticking with my guns on Manda. If it isn't, this is Steak Rodan. Kind of reminds me of a steak. Interesting teeth. I don't really care about this one right now. Not until we see more from it. Titanosaurus. Come on. Come on. Interesting how they have the Godzilla-esque spikes. These kind of look like the Godzilla Earth dorsal plates. So I'm the Gigan fan. You think it's a refrigerator? Gonna have to agree with you on that one. But yeah, this one's Titanosaurus. Why should it not be? Swarm of these pterosaurs, these rodans. Then they played right here. They played the Heisei, like late Showa roar. They need to make a new roar for Godzilla. Like they just have to. Like They need to make a new roar for Godzilla. I know it's the iconic roar that everyone thinks of when they think of Godzilla, but they need to make a new roar. If Legendary can make a great one, then Toho can make an even better one. And then Godzilla's design here, pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. I like the face. The teeth is odd, or the like fang is odd. How it starts above the lip, but I don't really care. I haven't seen it yet. Yada yada yada. It's coming out in April. We'll all be one big happy fan base, and if we aren't, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Just getting the other camera up, because apparently you can't have two sources or two like things, I guess. Come on, turn on. Damn it. Oh well, I'll just remove it. Remove, yes. Where is it? Where is it? Video capture device. Yes. Activate. Come on, turn on. Oh. There we go. That's what I need. And now, was I just turning my camera on and off for you guys? How embarrassing of me. Oh well. And it'll be all good right here. There we go. That's good. That's what I wanted. Stupid thing, you. I can delete this one right now. There we go. Since this is Titano, they might as well give him two forms for evolution. Maybe. Music from the trailer rocks. Yeah, I think it's very, at least the beginning part is very Incredibles inspired. The rest is pretty dope. Godzilla's face doesn't look like how it looks in the poster, which concerns me. Well, that poster was just an outline. It wasn't like you didn't see any detail, any real detail. Design for Godzilla looks like a mix of GMK, Heisei, and maybe Millennium. Yeah, I definitely saw more of GMK than anything else. But and keep in mind, all we saw from the trailer was his mouth glowing up and a little bit of his face. And then obviously that poster where his like head is like where his head is going crazy. Which there we go. Yeah. Just Kobe'd. Yeah, that's a bad taste, but I just threw the gum wrapper into the thing. I meant the headshot sketch. Yeah. I knew what you meant. But I definitely don't really. We definitely need more information on what this is exactly gonna be, if that makes sense, you know. You know. We also need to see more stuff, too. They might introduce Godzilla in this anime later on in the future. They might. I would like a healthy mix of new kaiju, although these new redesigns I'm really liking. I'm interested to see what they would do with say, I mean, look, if going off of Titanosaurus and Gabra, if those are Titanosaurus and Gabra, definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, that's honestly really all I had planned. So we can go for another 15-ish minutes. Then the next person going. Let me take a look at the schedule. Let's see. Look at the schedule. Person after me is Steven's Toy Reviews. He's doing the Mattel Egyptian Gods reviews. I'm not exactly sure what those are. Oh, that's what they are. I'll put this in the description. Why not? Next video in the Cyber Kaiju Event. Save. There you go. Anyone that wants to watch it, just refresh the page. You got the link to it. Boom. What else? Want to talk about the election? No. Just kidding. Just kidding. I honestly just can't wait for it to be over. I do care who wins, but I just want it to be over bad. So, let's see. Yeah, like I said, that's all I got. If you got any questions you want to ask, go ahead. I got nothing to hide. Oh, I started animating again yesterday. For the first time in a while, actually. Let's see if I can bring this up. Yes, open. Oh, I have to. Damn, I won't be able to do it. Let's see if, maybe. Damn, I won't be able to do it. Because I have to move my camera, and I don't want to do that. You'll see it when we get to it. You'll see the thing I was working on when I release it, or put it on Instagram or whatever. Which, if you'd like to, you can follow me on Instagram at KaiMo Films Official down below. I haven't been able to do one of these plugs in a while. Definitely pretty interesting. Discussing politics and then getting mad at each other. It's a pastime for fools. Yeah, I totally agree. What's your favorite film? Favorite Godzilla film besides the originals? You mean like besides the original, like Japanese ones? I mean, my favorite American movie is King of the Monsters, followed closely by 2014. But my favorite my favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Final Wars. So it's a very entertaining movie. I've been raving about it for months now. Crust. Man, let me tell you. I don't know what I was going to tell you. You like 2014? Yeah, it's a good movie. I just find it that after Bryan Cranston's character dies, it just takes such a nosedive. At least in the characters. It's your favorite design? Yeah, it's a great redesign. Speaking of redesigns, 2014 did an amazing job. And yes, I'm including the feet because the feet do not matter in the overall design of a character. I don't get that argument for the only thing holding back the 2014 design is the feet. Like, is it really that bothersome? Is it really all that bothersome that the feet look like this? And is it really all that much better now that they look like this? Yes, these are better feet design, but who cares? I honestly don't like the three-toe look that Godzilla has in the Heisei or the Showa series. Like, here's an example. Like this doesn't look right. I don't like the three toes. I don't really like the three toes. It's I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. Four toes is better. I feel like they were trying to compare 2014's design to the Millennium series. I mean, if you compare 2014's like feet design, if we're still talking about the feet, to to any Godzilla design, it would look weird. I mean, the Monster Arts ones are definitely very flat, so I can't really go off of those. What do biggest feet go to GMK for sure. Shin definitely has some weird feet. Tokyo SOS has some normal looking feet. It's also weird, like with the Heisei designs, all the toes are the same length, which is kind of weird to me. I like having the little like thumb toe like this. I guess I don't know what this was, but this is a really good figure. I really like it. Although I do prefer the Monster Arts to this one. Just cause aside from the tail, I think this is probably one of the worst aging NECA figures that they've made. Like, it's a really good figure. I like it, but the most movable thing is the tail, which is good. But the legs, I really had to work. Like this one is stuck. The left leg is stuck super tight. I can't even get it. Anyway, it's enough said about this guy. Oh, Godzilla's birthday is coming up in a few days. It's on election day. How fitting. So that way, you can brighten your mood by watching the original Godzilla movie. That's what I normally do any day, or anyway. When, like, there are only, well, not four. There's a couple things I watch either, like, on the day it gets released, or just because, like, that's when it would be airing on TV back in the day. I watched the 54 movie on November 3rd to celebrate 50 years, or celebrate Godzilla's anniversary. On Thanksgiving, I watched King Kong, the original one, because, that's what aired. That's the movie that my dad would watch every Thanksgiving, and that's just something that we've continued. And then on the 29th, starting last year, I watched Final Wars, because that was the world premiere in LA for Final Wars. And then starting this year, actually, on my birthday, we watched the first episode of Hogan's Heroes, because that was my favorite show of all time, and then Avatar came and messed everything up. Actually, that's fine. Avatar's an amazing show. I absolutely love that show. But Hogan's Heroes is definitely second. It's definitely a strong second. But it's like Hogan's Heroes compared to one of the best shows of all time. Still a great show. I recommend people watch it. But yeah, nuclear apocalypse from a giant dinosaur always brightens my mood. Yeah, it should. Oh man. Let me tell you. go another 5 minutes because that's when my time is up. Let's see. I don't really have anything planned. I didn't make a video for this week because school has been consuming me alive. So definitely apologize for not making a video. This live stream will be up. Same with as with the Cyber Kaiju Event one back in July. That's live, or that's public. This is going to remain public. So you can watch this if you want. I watched all the Heisei films except for Return of Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Space G, which are the only two I need to watch. Return of Godzilla is amazing. Well, I think it's really good. Third favorite Heisei, I guess. I don't really think about that much. And Space Godzilla is definitely one of my most nostalgic movies. So I rank it pretty high. Popped in late, hey Steven. Popped in late, but I feel you on school. Yeah, I'm graduating this year. Been looking at schools to go to. I think I might, I don't want to start college in the middle of a possible pandemic, because who knows, COVID might be here in next fall. So yeah, school's been chaos for me this year. Yeah. Yeah, last spring was rough for me. I had 2 weeks off in March because the teacher was like, we have no idea what to do. So but by end of April, I was slipping. I'm procrastinating on AP Gov as we speak. We don't have AP Gov because no one's been taking it for the last 3 years. So I'm in AP Econ. Yes, I am a senior. So, man, AP Econ is fine. It's AP Lit I hate so much. Oh, I need to get out of that class. We're reading Jane Eyre right now. I just watched one of the movies. So I really do not like that book all that much. It really is not a good book. At least not for me. It wouldn't be on every single important book list of all time if it weren't good. I just don't find it enjoyable. But I'm also an AP Calc, so AP Calc I really like though, because for one I have a good teacher, which is imperative, and two, I'm actually good at math, which helps. Well, we're about 2 minutes out. Like I said, anyone who wants to go check out the next video in the Terror of Cyber Kaiju, look down in the description below, and I believe you will find the link to the next video, which is actually one of an STR video on, let's see if on some Egyptian figures, if I remember correctly. Let me check. Yep, Yu-Gi-Oh's Mattel Egyptian Gods. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those franchises I have no clue about. I know a lot about little, but I know a little about a lot, and Yu-Gi-Oh is not something I know anything about. I don't play Mortal Kombat, but I can list most of the characters and their special moves, and Gundam I know very little about. Although I have a few figures. Ultraman I'm getting close to understanding. I've been watching Z2. That's a great show I really like. Well, I don't think it's great. I just find it enjoyable. Mindless fun. Took about episode 8 or 9 to get to really understand what Ultraman is about, if that makes sense. So hope I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. We have 10 seconds until my time, 6:30. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for chatting for the hour. Saw Luminous, he's the new face here. So I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Keep an eye on the channel. Go to the link down below to both my Instagram and Steven's video down below. That should actually be the first link to his video. So yeah, see y'all later.